Welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to solo Circles of Power Cannith challenge. And in this challenge we're going to be getting obsidian arrowheads, which you're going to need to get your Braces of Wind. But you can also trade the arrowheads at a rate of 2 to 1 to get the, I believe it's the crude talismans. And it's a lot easier to farm this and just trade them in than it is to try to do the challenge that the talismans come from. They come from one of the Cobalt Island challenges, and all of them are a pain and would be very difficult to solo, especially on this build at this level. Before I step in, I want to go over what the gear set and enhancements look like. So right now on the goggles, got Feather Falling with resistance 4 and +5 skirmish leather. Got the Braces of the Wind going, magnetism 54, 13% crit chance, and permanent blur. Awesome. That's the first challenge item you want to get, is the Braces of Wind. I would have liked to have had the Frozen Tunic as well as the Cloak of Flames by now, but I haven't been farming these challenges as much as I need to, but I'm about to get the Cloak of Flames after this run. Ring of False Life. Boots with melee alacrity 10% and Feather Falling. Now, the Feather Falling is redundant. I did that because I know that I'm going to be changing these boots around next level. They're going to be striding 20 with melee alacrity 10%. That's why I added the Feather Falling to the resistance goggles. Ogre Power 5 gloves. Wizardry 5 ring. 100% fortification belt. Con +4 cloak. I could craft up to +5, but I'm at an even number, so an extra plus wouldn't help me at this point. And I went ahead and did the Delirious chain to get the Voice of the Master, just so I'd have something decent to wear in my trinket slot. And I was able to solo that whole chain without a problem. I did go in cap once in part 1, but didn't die. And even the final one, which is level 10, which I did earlier this evening at level 8, wasn't a problem, even up through the end fight. I just had to be a little nimble to avoid some of the traps. And Wisdom 5 necklace. Also, I still have the Helm of Frost here, just because I didn't. I know I'm going to be moving the con item there as soon as I get the Cloak of Flame, so I didn't bother trying to craft something better. And for weapon, using +5 Flame Touch Iron Scimitar. And the wolf has the same collar, except it's not flame touched. And then for the shield, still using the invulnerability, but now I have it crafted up to +3 enhancement bonus. For enhancements right now, I've stopped putting points in Season Herald right now. I've worked up to the Call Lightning, SLA, and Spring's Resurgence, which is really awesome. At this level, when that triggers, it heals you right up to full, so you need to be in the habit of constantly putting that back on yourself when it goes off, and it has that leaves effect when it goes off, so it's a nice reminder to tell you, hey, your health's getting low, and to recast it. So I've got the spell power boost, the extra point of con, and then the saves boost, and the next I'm gonna get the extra point of wisdom here, and then I'm probably gonna work up the improved recovery line for the heal lamp, and then I want to get up to greater heroism. That's my next goal, is to work up to the greater heroism. I started farming this at level 4, so it can be done that early. You can come in here at level 4, but I'm going to do it at level 8 right now. The wolf is instrumental in being able to solo this. It's a big help. One of the disadvantages on doing this on a druid is that you don't have DDO. There's no good way to get back to the start really quick if you're scouting around. But the wolf can pretty much cover the center for you without issue. Very nice. Make sure you buff yourself fully in your wolf. Right now I'm using Bears, Bulls, and Magic Fang. Make sure your wolf is on aggressive. First thing you want to do here is... nope, I already picked up those. The first 2 torches back there. I just did it reflexively without thinking about it. Get yourself a teleporter. Get the rest of the workers Get a healing torch. And then just get a few incense torches. Oh, that is terrible. Sometimes there's some mobs right here near the start that can get a kobold before you're even really ready. But that's okay. He died early, which means he didn't have any extra barrels going. He's going to collect all these torches around the center. But I wasn't finished doing what I wanted to do up here. But park your wolf right here in the center. And put a healing torch up here. That way, if the kobolds get some incidental damage, they'll heal when they turn them in. Go ahead and raise that kobold. Let's get a second teleporter and barrels, since we're here a little bit longer than I meant to. But they were able to turn in some more crystals. Throw down those barrels. I recommend hotkeying all this stuff. Now this is a crystal collection challenge, just like Crystal Cove. And the more crystals you get, the better. The purple ones are worth 10, the green ones are worth 1, so you really want to focus on the purples. And when it came down here, oh, I thought I saw some purples. Oh, it was on the other side. Okay, that's okay. Still need to scout anyways. And there are some purples down here. Great. Now some of these circles of power here, and this is where you can put your teleporter at, so that the kobolds will come through it. Some of them are always there, like that one's always there, but a lot of the other ones are just random. And these Azure modes here, this is just for one of the optionals to get the stars, but right now we're just focusing on getting crystals to farm for ingredients. Now I got the second teleporter because, oh, there's another circle right here, nice. Because they can go back through it, even if it's not on a circle of power like this, they can go back through it. If it's placed anywhere, they'll only come through from the beginning if it's on the circle of power, but they can return to the home base if it's anywhere. Unfortunately, you cannot use it to return to the home base unless it's on a circle of power. So we'll let them get those purples. We'll check this over here. Nothing going on there but greens. And we got some purples here. So I'm going to run down to see if there's a circle of power closer. Sometimes there's one at the bottom. And if there is, then we'll use it. If not, then we'll just lead them down here. That's pretty far, so I think I'm just going to go back the other way for now and maybe come up from the bottom if there's one closer, if there's a circle of power closer. If not, then might come back here at the end. And one thing you got to be careful, if you pick it up before they return, you want to make sure that you know the path that they would otherwise take back is going to be clear. Now in this case they're going to come back and go through this one, but if I pick this one up they're going to want to go all the way up there. But we cleared it on the way down, so not a big deal if they do that. But just to show you, if I put it down here and not in a circle of power, they will take that back. Sometimes it takes them a little bit to sort of register that that's there. See, like he passed it up, but then he turned around. Their UI isn't very good, and sometimes they go back in ways that you don't anticipate or that are not intuitive. So you have to be well aware of some of those nuances if you're going to farm these, and you'll get to learn those spots. but it's another reason you really want to have a second teleporter, because if they start going back a way that you don't want them to go, you need to be able to put that down so they go through that instead. Now there's also always a circle of power up here as well. Got Ice Storm now. Get that at level 7, and that's really awesome to fight huge groups of mobs. Getting the rest of those, come around here, see if there's any purples around the corner. Another circle of power that's getting me kind of worried. It's making me think that maybe they're all up here and there's not going to be anything at the bottom. There's no purples here. We can come through here and check. Sometimes there are purples down here. That would be too far from that last circle anyway, so I'm not worried about the scorpions. I can make a train and deal with them with a single ice storm, which I'm going to do right now. And got Sleet Storm as well too. Now that we have freedom of movement, we can start using Sleet Storm, which is one of the best crowd control spells in the game. Works right up through epic elites, right up through endgame. And what's really special about the Druid and Sleet Storm is that Druid is the only class in the game to have both Sleet Storm and freedom of movement on their spell list. So, like, Sleet Storm on an Arcane sucks, because it's just going to piss everybody off, because they're going to be slip-sliding around. But on a Druid, if you give your party freedom of movement, you can just learn to love Sleet Storm, because, like I said, it's a really, really awesome crowd control. There's also always a circle of power right across this bridge. This one is one that's not always here, but looks like we're in luck. Just gonna make sure there's not one closer over here. Alright. Collecting the Azure motes and doing the optionals will not get you any more crystals, but can't get you some extra XP. Actually, I'm going to put this one back here because I want to go use that shrine at the start. Beam up to the foreman. And my wolf is up here instead, so that's bad. Because if mobs come into the center and he's way back here, he probably is not going to aggro on them. Make sure you park your wolf up here before you leave. Now I'm going to go over here through the giant encampment and see if maybe there's some purples there. Sometimes there's a teleporter right there. No such luck, no purple, and no teleporters. Purples, but no teleporter nearby. And we had come down here earlier, but from the other way. And these purples are really far from any other circle of power. Maybe there'll be one up here, yep. So this is one of those spots that I was talking about earlier where the kobolds are going to want to go back a different way. They'll come back up here, and instead of turning around and going back through the way they came, they're going to keep going straight and make a right up here. And that becomes really problematic if you're not aware of that nuance. Because if you hadn't cleared up there, then they're going to probably die. And even if you have cleared up there, they're taking forever to get back. So either way, it's a bad scenario. That's not good. You can look at the map to find out where he died by looking at the soul stone. You can see there's a soul stone near the beginning. So we need to hurry back. This is the disadvantage of doing these solo on a tune without DDO, is that you have no way to get back quick. So if something goes wrong, your wolf gets out of center or overpowered, then kobolds are dying. And it really, really sucks if that crap is frustrating when they're just running away from you. So where's that? See, there's the wolf way up there. He probably chased, you know, two mobs spawned. He chased one of them up there and didn't get the other one. So these things happen. And so our kobold soulstone right there. So what sucks is when they die is, you know, it costs shards to raise them, not a big deal, but also that could have been a kobold with, you know, multiple barrels. So we lose all those extra barrels. purples over there. Oh, still got some up here. Start picking up this line, and gonna start running the line the other way from that last circle of power. Got 3 minutes left, we still got time. Saw a kobold over here, where'd he go? Ah, he's still picking up those. Okay, still 2 purples here. 3, not gonna worry about it because I'm running short on time, so I'm just gonna go back the other way as soon as this kobold gets through. Also, if you do have DDO, the kobolds will also go through it. Another major convenience of having DDO. Now this part's a little tricky because sometimes the kobolds can get stuck on these ledges. And then they're just gonna die in the lava if that happens. You want to make sure that your torches aren't so far that they don't connect. There we go, now they're connecting. But if they take a little bit of lava damage, see here's one stuck on the ledge, so he's gonna die because he's an idiot. Made it up. So here is another example where they're going back the other way. Now I gotta try to get in front of that kobold before he gets into a bunch of scorpions up there and dies. Sometimes problems like that are going to happen. Kobold will die. Don't panic. They walked right by that purple. Did you see that? Ah, see, he got stuck on the ledge. Just like this idiot is. So it can sometimes help by moving the torch a little bit. Another one died, so you can see the big problems running through these lava. So definitely not ideal. But we only got 30 seconds left, so... And we're done. I'll probably get about 400 ingredients, which is a pretty good run. $472, not too bad. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about any of my videos, you can respond to them on YouTube. Or you can respond to my build forum post if you have any questions about the build, or if you're on Sarlona, feel free to send me a tell.